Hello, duelists, and welcome to the King's Courts. Now, it's been a couple days, and that's because I think we all need a little time to percolate and think about what's been going on and all the new hype and everything about the new ban list. First off, personally, I know there's like a lot of stigmatization against this ban list right now. A lot of people don't like it. I actually do personally. I think that the ban list is basically doing what we wanted to. I think the problem is some decks got hit more than others. So let me know in the comments what decks do you think are going to be the new top decks. Personally, I think it's going to be Runic branded. I think Kashtira could still go, but as for right now, Pearly, I know they're going to get more cards after the summer, around the fall, if I recall, if I remember right. I think around August. My birthday is in September, so I know it's around that time. I think because I think it's before that new Jack Atlas structure deck comes out. Which I'm not gonna lie, I'm tempted. I'm tempted to actually get that. I'm tempted to bring that here in the channel because we have this king aesthetic style for the channel, and they call him the king. So I was thinking maybe we could try that here. If you're interested in that, let me know because I don't even have a deck that's synchro that focuses on synchro summoning. So if you're, and I think Jack is really cool from the Fighties anime. So if you're interested in that, let me know in the comments. But besides that, I think the ban list is fine, and I want to talk about here my thoughts on it, and as well as what I think is going to happen, and as well, you can see right here I got my hero deck. I want to talk about some of the decks that I talk about here in the channel, where I think they stand, basically. Although I might save that, although there's a possibility I might just forget while I'm talking. I have that problem. I'm sorry. Um, I might also eventually later on this week or soon make a video completely dedicated to where I think heroes and the other decks I like to play stand on right now because I mostly just play rogues. So obviously there's that against them, and heroes always we're always trying to like mess around with the build. Like right now, we had to main deck 3 Droll Mockbirds, which is another thing I'm curious. I wonder. Obviously, the hand trap lineups are going to change because Super Heavy Samurai they got hit, and the main reason people were running Droll Mockbirds, now that that's gone, we don't have to worry about it as much. And I don't think people are going to be main decking Book of Eclipse as much. Not only that, Lightning Storm got hit too, so that's another discussion too. So if you want to hear all this and you want to know more, you want to talk about more of this, let me know in the comments. And before we get to that, let me know, like I said, the question for this video, let me know what do you think are going to be the top decks in the upcoming format. Don't forget to also like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for 85 subscribers. So close to 100. Like I said, we got a very special video planned for our 100 subscriber special. So if you want to see that, if you're not subscribed already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I know, generic, but gotta plug it in. And don't forget to hit the notification bell and follow our Instagram too. Speaking of Instagram, really quick before we start this discussion, I guess you call it a discussion essay almost. If you live in the California area that I live in, I'm not going to mention where, but like in the basically, a friend of mine went to an anime convention recently, and I couldn't go because personal things and stuff like that. So I couldn't go, but he managed to hook me up and get me these amazing souvenir things. First up, he got me this amazing looking sticker that I put right on my deck box that I keep heroes in. That is cool, right there. I wanted to show that because Neos is my favorite monster, so I wanted to show that. He also got me this awesome Giratina keychain that I put on my backpack. I don't want to take it off, but oh wait, oh yeah, it just comes right off. Sweet. If you follow our channel, we do Pokemon content too. I put it right in the same keyring as this Alphamon keychain he got me too. Like he gave me a while back. So this is some pretty awesome homie stuff right here. He subscribed to the channel, so he knows who he is. Thanks again, man. So anyways, basically, the ban list came out. Now, I think we can all agree that Arise Hard being gone, we knew that was going to happen. Let's be honest here. We all knew that was going to happen. I don't think any of us saw the lightning storm getting hit to 2. I mean, I don't even know that many people. Well, I think personally, I thought I kept hearing a lot more people wanting evenly matched hits, and that didn't get hit whatsoever. So that's one card we can all still use. Evenly matched is still at 3, so that's important to remember. And I guess now, if I had to guess what's going to start happening, the main thing is most likely people are going to start playing 2 Lightning Storm and probably Feathers Duster, because I've been seeing some people cut Feather Duster recently. Again, that could just be a me thing. Remember, these are all just my opinions personally, so if you agree with them, awesome. But if you want to leave your opinion in the comments, go ahead. We love to read it. We try to respond to every comment we get. So that's one. But yeah, it's weird that they didn't hit evenly matched. Again, I was 100% convinced this was going to be the card they were going to hit. Evenly matched can be way more devastating when used correctly and at the right time. I think we can all agree we've all gotten hit by evenly matched. It wipes boards and it banishes cards face down. So unless you're playing Omega, oh man, that's another card to talk about. So yeah, unless you're playing Omega, there aren't really a lot of other ways to bring those cards back. Speaking of Omega, Gamma also got hit. Do I have Gamma? I think I do. Did I put it somewhere? Oh well, we all know what Gamma is. Basically, so this is interesting because Gamma was already at 2 in the OCG. So it's weird. So I guess now they're hitting some hand traps that the OCG already hit, because in the history of the game, there's only been a few hand traps that have ever been hit, because that's actually a video I've been considering making, because I have a few friends who are either new to the competitive part of Yu-Gi-Oh! Or they're just returning and they completely don't understand why hand traps are a thing. I might want to do a discussion video on, a discussion essay video on that. Let me know if you're interested in that, because the thing with hand traps, one of the biggest reasons why they usually don't get hit is because it's luck based usually. And by that, I mean you have to draw into them by luck, basically. We've all heard and we've all experienced the whole, you main deck 12 hand traps, you main deck Ash Blossom, Imperm, Nibiru, draw a Lockbird, but then you don't open any of them. It's luck based, because that's one of the things with TCGs. That luck factor is a thing when it comes to your drawing, especially since Yu-Gi-Oh! Is one of the few TCGs that doesn't have a mulligan system. Digimon has it. Pokemon has it. I'm not really into Magic or Vanguard, but I think they have it. I could be wrong. I have friends who play that. I'll ask them. But Yu-Gi-Oh! Is one of the few TCGs that doesn't really have that. So realistically, our beginning hand is 100% pure luck, and we don't get a redo. So, that's always been that stigma, and that's part of the reason why hand traps don't usually get hit, because we can't really make it happen. With Gamma, though, it looks like I don't know if there is a way to search it, but it looks like the way it got hit due to the fact that a lot more people were using it as a way to use it against other hand traps. Ash Blossom, people use that. They do that. Then they use Gamma. I think Gamma was also limited in Master Duel. I mean, I didn't really use it as often, because in Master Duel, personally, in the videos I like to do for Master Duel, I like to make my deck there as accurate as mine in IRL. So I don't really use Gamma and Heroes IRL, so I don't use it there. I got a couple other decks I'm trying to finish up that do, so I'll worry about that later. But that's one card hit, so realistically, that kind of opens up a little more free play because now we don't have to worry about getting gamma turn one as often. And believe me, I've gotten gamma tons of times. Although now this means people are going to try looking into Delta. I think that thing's already being bought out like crazy, which is funny because Delta's only around one printing. In case you don't know, Delta is the other Cyframe card that does the same thing as Gamma, but it only negates spell cards. So I get, which is good because now Brandon really got off kind of loosely. Now, sorry, like I said, over these past few videos, something going around my area. It's that C word. It's like a cold or something. One of those summer ones or something. Anyways, when Brandon really didn't get hit as much either. That trap card got hit, yes, so now you don't have to worry about getting hit with that gimmick puppet lockdown thing. That, by the way, does anyone? I used to know a guy who played gimmick puppets. Am I the only one who thinks? I think it's like this blue one or something. It totally looks like something from the Human Centipede. If you've ever seen that movie, I'm a huge horror movie nerd, so that thing looks like the Human Centipede to me. The blue one. I'll look up the name later. But back on the main point. Sorry, I got distracted. Basically, though, with that card, now that that's gone, you don't have to worry about that. But they do have a new dragon that pretty much does the same thing. So now I think in Branded Fusion, I swear it was like a card everyone wanted hit, but looks like they didn't do that. At least not yet. I don't know. I guess Brandon aren't as crazy as that to that point yet. I suppose. I don't know. I mean, maybe because I'm just desensitized when it comes to Brandon. I see them on my locals all the time, so I'm kind of used to it. Especially this one guy there who always wants to tech in freaking brand what's her name? Winda in every deck he plays. I mean, I don't know. But the point is, so with Gamma gone, that opens up a little more free play for most decks. Especially if you're playing against decks that usually main deck it. Like dinosaurs are getting a lot more hype right now. There's also the punk gold pride decks. And those decks are pretty much the same, like just completely mounted together anyways. So I guess you could call it like punk gold pride or something. The synchro deck. Synchro decks in general, I think, usually play Gamma. So that closes that down. But now with Delta being used a lot more, that could be an issue for heroes and other spell-based decks because, obviously we need our polymerization and all our spell cards. So that still is an issue for us, for hero players. Outside of that, what else is there I want to talk about? Runic. Oh my god, Runic. Runic also hardly got hit. I mean, Runic is usually... You don't really see a lot of pure Runic these days. I think you usually see Runic Sprite, which is a deck a friend of mine plays, or Runic Naturia, but I didn't see... It's weird. I never actually played against that variant. I don't know why. I guess I never got around to it. So, that's one right. So because of that, from what I've heard and seen, Runic is, when they're splashed in as an engine, usually don't even max out at 3, so they're pretty much good still. So Runic and Branded pretty much got off right away. And oh my god, one deck that I swear is going to be a lot more used. Labyrinth. Oh man, I have a bit of a history with Labyrinth only because a friend of mine plays it who's also subscribed to the channel. And I just hate playing against back row heavy decks. Same reason why I hate playing against Eldritch. It's just a personal thing with me. But with Lightning Storm down to 2, that makes that deck a little bit more annoying to deal with. Because now we don't draw we lose one card to draw into that could possibly deal with their back row, possibly. There's always a possibility of them playing that huge Master Hand thing. God, that thing's annoying. But, so that's another deck right there. I feel like Labyrinth, Sprite Runic, or like just Runic in general. Sprite in general really didn't get hit that badly. I mean, you could hit Sprite as much as you want, but leave Sprite, the blue one, at 3, the deck will live, realistically. You got to, unless that card gets hit, the deck will live, in all honesty. So, Sprite's still a thing. What else came back? A lot of people making a lot of discussions about Sky Strikers as well. Sky Striker, now they got two of their cards back off from one, I believe. Let's see. So with Sky Strikers now back at that, we're gonna have to probably start. I was side decking, well, not side decking, but not really playing Trinity as much. So when hero, the really quick thing with heroes, the best thing to do against Sky Striker is two things. One, Vision Hero Trinity is an amazing card to use against them, and because they keep summoning other monsters, so you can keep attacking over their monsters, doing big damage. And the second thing, now this card right here, I'm pretty sure when people, any hero player that's played against Sky Striker before, realistically knows that one card you gotta play against them, and I'm not saying it always shuts them down, but it really slows them down. Dark Angel. Dark Angel is going to be the main card to use always for hero players against um, Sky Striker. So if Sky Striker are going to be played more, which judging by the way they're being sold right now, I'm not surprised they're probably going to be. Let's also put it up here. Let's see. Go ahead and pause right there. Basically, when we summon Dark Angel to their field, if they try activating the spell, it'll negate it. And that deck is all spells, so that's one thing right there. And if we have Darklaw in the field, then it makes it even better. So that's Sky Striker. What other decks got hit or buffed? Let's see. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. I should have had my computer open. I'm so sorry. Oh, Spiral. Okay, Spiral got some of their stuff back. They got one card, I forgot what it was called. Let me look at my, actually, no, I'm just going to turn on my other monitor really quick. Let me see. So yeah, Spiral got their stuff. But when Spiral were like tier 0, I was actually taking a small break from the game. I was in college still as well, so I wasn't playing like that many games in general as much at the time. So I didn't really see Spiral at full power. So from what I've been told though, apparently their big boss is still gone. So without that, from what I've heard, they still are not nearly as powerful as they used to be. So that's needle in that for now. I mean, eventually they will probably get their card back, maybe. I mean, power creep is a thing. What else? Oh, Blaster came back. So I'm not surprised Blaster came back. One, let's be realistic. It's definitely become like one of the weaker Dragon Rulers. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. Dragon Rulers in general have been power crept too. Let's be honest here. And Blaster really doesn't do that much in general. So you can discard it and pop a card. Okay, that's kind of it. I mean, it makes sense. I mean, let's be real. Redox is the much better one. Redox is a monster reborn for Earth monsters. And with Kashtira still having 3 Fenrir and all that, that's something you don't want to deal with. Personally, I would play Redox in Madolche. That'd be funny. But, so that's one right there. Obviously, they're probably bringing it back mainly because of the new fire cards that are all of them that are coming out. Which, by the way, ever since they got announced for new stuff, channel member Michael has been putting back together his Battling Boxer deck. So if you want to see that, let us know. What else? I swear I'm forgetting a couple of cards. But that's basically the big decks right there. So I feel like when Lightning Storm hit, that's going to make Labyrinth a little more annoying to deal with. But evenly matched is still at 3, so hey, we lucked out there. Basically, yeah. So I feel like the top decks are going to be not in any order. Maybe I'll do a tier list. A lot of other people on YouTube have been doing that. They've all tried out. From what I can just barely guess from looking at the top decks, not in particularly any order, but Runic is definitely going to be up there. Sprite, Sprite can be its own deck, but I feel like a lot more people would rather use it with Sprite Runic. I've been hearing a lot of talk about Exosister too. Well, not Exosister, Live Twin. The VTuber deck, So that's one right there. What else? Obviously, like I said, Labyrinth are going to be up there. Branded as well. And that's all the decks I can think of off the top of my head. Dinosaurs, they don't have their new stuff. They're getting their new stuff soon, like some of it, not like the new Evilsaur stuff. Evilsaur, I think. They're not getting that yet. But they are getting that new set that's coming out soon, so hey, that's cool right there. And honestly, Kashtira, I feel like they can still go because it may not sound like a lot, but leaving the field with one, oh man, I suck with names. The card that got hit to, oh man, I am terrible with names, I'm so sorry. But basically, Kashtira could still go. They're just kind of slowed down. They still have 3 Fenrir and 3 other field spells. So, wait, was it a field spell or was it continuous? Either way, they're just kind of slowed down, and thank goodness that we don't got to play multiples of cards anymore in our extra decks to take up space anymore. Thank goodness. So that's probably also going to change deck building too. So that's probably going to mean like we're going to see a lot more generic. Like beforehand, we were seeing a lot of like copies of cards because with Kashtira everywhere they would use number 65. Oh man, this is what I mean by I suck with names. I forgot its full name. Number 60 something. Either way though, they would use him to banish our monsters. Oh, sorry. Oh, there it is. Yes. Checking something. Okay, cool. 65. Oh, man. Yeah, so sorry. So yeah, Kashtira could still go, but now that they can only end on one, I'm so sorry. Again, I'm using my phone to record, so I gotta open up something else. Let's see. Oh man, that's another card I forgot to mention. Cyberstein is that one now. Banned now. So those generic, I think with Super Heavy Samurai, they just got pretty. I think they got it the worst. Here it is. Yeah, Arise Heart. Sorry, I keep getting. Oh man, I'm so sorry. 1,000 pardons. I keep getting Arise Heart mixed up with with Diabolus. I'm so sorry. Okay, Diabolus is gone. So if I mix those up at the beginning of the video, I'm so sorry. I should have just had this open to begin with. Diabolus is now banned. So let's be real. Let's be gone. We all know what's gonna happen. But even though Kashtira can only end on one Arise Heart, realistically, that's still a lot. It's still a walking macro and 3,000 stats if I remember right. Yeah, I played against this deck enough times to know that. So that's an issue. That's the thing right there. 3,000 walking macro. Unless you draw like in your side decking or something, most decks can't really deal with that. So unless you're going game 2 and you side like your lightning storms and all that, you get really lucky, or Dark World No More or anything like that. there's not a lot, or if you draw like your imperms and all that to stop them from searching off their cards, or I mean their ash and all that, your ash and all that. So there's not really a lot of stuff. So Cashier could still go, but will they still be as detrimental as they were? I don't know. I guess we just gotta wait and see. Another card I forgot to talk about, Danglong. Danglong has been banned for so long. Danglong got banned back during when Level Leader was still legal, and that's one of the reasons he got hit, because you could level 8, make him level 4, sync 5, and there you go, and you get a free Yang Zing. Will I don't really know Yang Zing. I don't really know if could do anything in the modern day. I know they got their fans, but I don't know if they could really do much. The only deck that could probably use Danglong maybe would be Sword Soul, but I don't even know if they really would. So we'll see. I have a friend who plays Sword Soul. I'll talk to him about that later. So we'll see. Also, Mathmech got hit. It's weird. Out of all the top decks, Mathmech Circular is the one deck I never ran into. I don't know. I guess it's not that popular in my area. So that's one right there. Let me check these other ones. Yeah, I don't know. I never ran into Mathmech. It's crazy. I see all these combos and how good they are online, but I never seen in my area. Weird. Okay. Draco Face Off. Alright, Sky Striker. Alright. Multiple. Alright. Lyralisk. So, does that okay, that can come back because Tri Brigade Lyralisk is still missing 2 important cards. Barrier is still gone, thank goodness, to keep that thing away. And some more is still gone. So that brings the question, wondering, could some more even come back still? I have a friend who plays Tri Brigade Lyralisk, and he wants some more back badly. And we always let the clown and mess with him about it at our locals, but I don't really know if they would bring it back. And let me know in the comments if you think it could come back. Blackwing, Steam the Cloak. I mean, no one really. I mean, Blackwings are doing pretty good right now, so I guess it makes sense that they'd want to start bringing some more of that back. Gofu is the really OP one that's not coming back. Cashier Unicorn got hit to 2. Runic Fountain. Yeah, I already went over that. Striker, yeah. Oh, and a card I'm actually excited for. Herald of the Orange Light is that too now. Sweet. With Ashizu tier limit still being completely and utterly neutered, we can get Herald of the Orange Light back at 2. So for Madolche players like me, who also, Heroes, Madolche, those are the decks I like to play. Now we finally got that, we can start playing that in there. Sweet. Now the deck is basically Vertisilph, Madolche, Kashtira, because Fender, I'm not gonna lie, is really good in the deck. I'm gonna have to get another one. So that's pretty much all the cards, and that's pretty much all my thoughts right now. I think I'm gonna come back later with a full-on discussion video on where heroes are, the decks I like to play, basically, because I don't want to leave the other deck, because I'm trying to bring a little more attention to, not attention, but I want to start playing some of my other decks as well. So, because now that this is going to be a new format, new formats are always exciting, because you get to mess around with everything, see what works. Oh, Dark World also didn't get hit. I mean, Dark World pretty much auto lost to Kashtira anyways. So with a Rise Heart now at 1, this could mean we could start seeing more Dark Worlds. So that's another deck we'll probably have to keep our eyes out. So let me know in the comments what you think are going to be the top decks. I personally think Runic Sprite is going to be the best deck. Obviously, Kashtira could still go. Branded is obviously up there. There are a lot of crazy decks right now. So let me know what you are going to be the top decks. And that's pretty much everything.